What is Royalty Hero? Royalty Hero is a self-publishing online course that started in 2021 by Dollwet. It teaches entrepreneurs how to publish books on Amazon KDP without having to write anything. So he teaches you how to outsource this, and he also teaches his specific strategy called book stacking that earns him around $10,000 a month to $35,000 a month. So in this review today, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of the course. We're going to talk about publishing books on Amazon KDP, the challenges of publishing books on Amazon KDP, and we're going to compare it to my favorite way of making money online called local lead generation. So first, a little bit more on the business model. Self-publishing is a new popular way for authors to place their books into the online marketplace. It doesn't necessarily have to be Amazon, and Sean does cover other places to publish your book in his course. But the big thing is there's no agent or publisher. Authors either take a DIY approach or seek the support of a self-publishing company to complete their book publishing needs, such as editing, formatting, cover design, and marketing. And like I mentioned, many people also simply outsource the writing and the graphic design for the cover from something like Upwork or Fiverr. They build a team that is creating these books. They might even hire somebody to complete the listings. It might not necessarily be a self-publishing company. You can find people that will outsource each individual part of the book publishing process. But that's it in a nutshell. Pros of Royalty Hero. So they offer several features beyond just their training videos, and those features we'll go over more later, but some of them include done-for-you templates for emails, a list of profitable niches to get you started, and also a Facebook mastermind group that connects you up with like-minded students. This course is beginner friendly, so if you are coming from absolutely no understanding of Amazon KDP, you will be able to jump right in and start learning. They provide lifetime updates, so they're going to continue updating this course, and whenever they do, you will have access to those updates. They also offer a one-on-one mentorship, so you will be connected with more support than many of the other courses out there. This sounds really great, but there are some cons as well. First of all, it's expensive. This course costs $2,000. So while it's beginner friendly, the budget to begin this course is not so much, especially when you consider how long it takes to make money using KDP. It will take a while for those royalties to start coming in if you get a sale at all within the first few months. So making back that $2,000 and breaking even at all will take some time. There are other courses out there that cost far less, and I would look into those if you're a complete beginner. There also aren't any outside reviews. The only reviews that I can find are the ones that are posted on their website and on an affiliate's post. So there's not a lot of information out there that's 100% honest. Seems like most of it is all marketing materials, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, I want to compare if you're a book writer or you're looking into publishing your own book. I want to compare traditional publishing to self-publishing just on a little kind of tangent here so you can understand a little bit more of your options. So this will be useful information for actual writers, people that already have a book that they want to publish. It'll just give you some information in choosing traditional over self-publishing or vice versa. So there are pros of traditional publishing. The publishing process is done for you. You won't have to worry about it. Your books can reach a wider audience with more marketing. Just think, not many self-published books make it into Barnes & Noble, but traditional publishing, you have a higher chance of getting into the popular bookstores. Editing and proofreading is also done for you, which is really nice, especially if you are working with nonfiction or historical fiction that needs a level of fact-checking and accuracy. Traditional publishing will cover that for you. Now, the pros of self-publishing, there is, especially with Amazon, higher royalties. So you will be able to make more money per sale with self-publishing. And if you are just buying books and then taking them out and selling them, obviously you'll be able to keep most of the profits from those book sales. You'll have more control on how your book gets published. Many authors have told stories where they have a book that is complete, they take it to a publisher and they say there isn't enough raunch in this book, or there isn't enough gore in this book, or things like that. And so the editors will have the author add that in just to get more sales, which makes sense from a business standpoint. But for those writers who are really into taking ownership of their work, it might feel a little bit invasive. But with self-publishing, you will have the final word as far as what gets put out there. Unless you use a platform like Amazon, they will have their own stipulations to what can be published and what cannot. You'll also keep all the copyrights to your books, so at the end of the day, you are the full owner. Now, cons of both. With traditional publishing, the publishing houses get a large cut of your earnings, so you will get a lot of service, but you are paying for that service. It also takes longer to publish your book. You might make a deal. It might take you years to write your book, years to get a deal, and years for that book to go out, all without any guarantee that you will make money off of it. If it's a passion product, that might not matter to you, something that you're very passionate about that you just want to get out there. But if you're looking to make money, it's very important. You can't publish your books elsewhere depending on the publishing house's terms as well. Your book will go where they decide. Cons of self-publishing: you are in charge of your ads, your marketing, everything. You are the CEO of your own publishing house. While you'll keep more money, you'll be paying with more time. Depending on how you're able to market your book, it will probably reach a far smaller audience. And even if you use something like Amazon that has a global market, you will be competing against hundreds of thousands of other authors that are also putting books out there, probably in the same genres. Even if you do break into a larger audience, it will be really hard for you to stand out. Who is Sean Dollwet? He is a 26-year-old self-publishing guru. He grew up half of his life in Japan and half in Hawaii. He worked at a hotel but ended up unhappy with his 9-to-5 job. So at age 18, he discovered multi-level marketing, tried a bunch of different business models, and eventually landed in self-publishing. Today, he is earning about $35,000 a month. When he first started, he was making $10,000 a month. Note that these numbers are probably before taking out any expenses. And so he could be putting tens of thousands of dollars into ads every month to make any sort of profit. But still, those sales are impressive that he can beat the Amazon algorithm and get sales. He ended up selling his publishing brand in 2021 for $820,000, which is pretty neat. And honestly, is probably the big pay opportunity when it comes to having your own publishing brand on Amazon. Yes, you can sell books, but what you need to do in the long run is prove to buyers that you have a profitable brand, that you have a profitable system, and then sell it for a big payday a couple years down the road. So how much does Royalty Hero cost and what's included? I mentioned before that it costs $2,000. This number is from Kindlepreneur, not from the Royalty Hero site. You'll have to call to get any updated prices in case it's changed since we made this video. They do have a 90-day return policy, it's a fairly recently made course in 2021, but keep in mind that there might be changes to best practices, best strategies, and Amazon's terms of service. Still, Sean promises that they are going to keep updating this course. There should be updates as you go. Reputation: there aren't any bad reviews. The only reviews that I can find are on Sean's website and through an affiliate. Again, keep that in mind while you're making your final decision to take this $2,000 course. With Royalty Hero, you get a video training that has over 30 hours worth of content. If you take it one chunk at a time, it's going to take you 9 weeks to get through. So your first week, you're just going to learn about mindset. So this will be more of a coaching week, not a very practical week. There's not going to be a lot of how-tos here, but a lot of motivation and getting you into the right mindset as you get started with your business. Week 2 deals with choosing your niche. Sean is going to teach you a 3-step system to finding a low competition niche that will generate a profit. Week 3 is all about creating that book. He'll teach you how to make high quality books using ghostwriters. You will not have to write a single word yourself. And you will also find out more about customer research and making sure that your book appeals to a larger audience with good cover design. From there, Sean begins to teach his book stacking technique where you build a fan base through email lists with little to no cost, and those fans continue to go back to your books rather than breaking out into another author's works. Week 5 is going to teach you how to use Amazon's algorithm to ensure that your book is ranking among the top bestsellers. And week 6 is an Amazon masterclass that's going to build off of week 5 in creating, optimizing, and scaling your ad. Week 7 talks about building your publishing beyond Amazon. So this will help you learn where else you can self-publish your book. Week 8 is all about automating everything that you've already done, building your team so that you're the head of it, but you aren't doing the 9 to 5 every day. You have a team that is doing this for you. And then week 9 is about scaling to a 7-figure publishing mogul. And Sean teaches you 3 ways to scale up. These 3 ways are: you can publish more books, you can spend more on ads, or you can use your books to drive back-end sales. As I mentioned before, you get some bonuses. So you get the Inner Circle Facebook Mastermind. So you'll be connected to other students. You're going to get done for you templates, emails, and cheat sheets for referencing, and honestly for copying and pasting to get into those email lists, which is great. You'll get a giant list of 150 profitable niches. Keep in mind that these profitable niches change. Sean doesn't really talk about that a lot, but depending on the time of year, how many students he has, how many authors are joining Amazon, these profitable niches will change. So you'll have to do your own due diligence. Don't just take this list and start writing books about whatever's on it. You'll get expert mentorship on demand. You'll also get a low content accelerator. And finally, you'll get the ACX Creation for International Students guide, and that will help you out if you are not from the US. What are the challenges of self-publishing? There is less editorial support. Really, there's no editorial support. You are going to be the editor of your ghostwriter. There's less marketing support. Same, there's really no marketing support. You are the marketer. You're the editor. You're the marketer. You're the CEO. Less acclaim. It feels a little bit more important for authors to be published and seen on shelves at Barnes & Noble rather than published and seen on Amazon. There's still acclaim there, though, so if that's important to you, just keep it in mind. You're probably going to face fewer sales with self-publishing because you won't be in those big box stores. There's also greater potential to publish crappy books. Outsourcing is great, but to have a higher quality product, you're going to have to pay more, and that will eat more into your profits. And with the $2,000 course already affecting those profits, you'll be tempted to pay less, and the product will probably be pretty poor. Those upfront costs, again, you're going to have to pay your writers, you're going to have to pay the cover designers. If you pay somebody to do your ads, you're going to have to pay them. And then you're also going to have to share your royalties with Amazon. So lots of upfront costs working against you. And at the end of the day, it's all on you as the CEO of your business. You will not have an agent. You will not have a real publisher. It will all be on you to make money. It's unlikely that you'll get placed in bookstores unless you really blow everybody's minds. And finally, marketing, promotion, and PR are the author's responsibility. A lot to plan out if you decide to go the self-publishing route. Conclusion is Royalty Hero worth it? The Royalty Hero course definitely provides a lot of value for the entrepreneur that's looking to start self-publishing. Besides the training material, you also get tools, templates, lifetime updates. If you're done with the course and they discover a new strategy or they want to update it, you will get to learn that, which is pretty neat. Not every course offers that. If you're somebody completely new to self-publishing, then this might be the course for you. Sean offers one-on-one training with him or his team of professionals. The amount of information and materials you'll get is certainly worth it. Just make sure that you're ready for that kind of investment. Now, there is another business model out there called local lead generation, and I want to bring it up because it is far more profitable and far more passive than a self-publishing business. If writing is your thing, if content creation is your thing, with local lead generation, you need to start by creating a website. So you'll still get to do that content creation side of things, but it isn't as much. You're not going to have to keep writing content for websites unless you want to scale. And that scaling is a lot more profitable with local lead generation as compared to just writing another Amazon KDP book. What I mean by that is for every website that you create, you can bring in a couple $1,000s a month to start off with and really moving into Amazon KDP. People that have great returns with Amazon KDP, but they have 32 books to make any sort of dent in their everyday living expenses. They have to have 30 to 50 books on there and they're pretty low quality and they have to keep publishing to keep that amount up there. Whereas with local lead generation, once you get a site set up, rolling, you just need to maintain it and it will continue to make you that money. And then if you want to scale, you'll make another website that will also make a couple $1,000s once it's rolling. In addition, it's far less saturated because we work in local niches instead of global marketplaces. So you're only going to fight a local area for competition, not the whole world of the internet. Less work to maintain. You won't necessarily have a team of writers and graphic designers that are running your business for you. It'll just be you. It is also a higher level skill. So Amazon KDP can pretty much be done by anybody, especially if you're outsourcing things. But local lead generation is a higher skill. There's a higher barrier to entry, which also helps with that saturation component. Finally, you own your asset. You remain in control. With Amazon and any Amazon business model, Amazon has the answers at the end of the day. They could change your royalty overnight. They could change the terms of service overnight. And ultimately, your business could completely change if Amazon changes something small in their process. So if local lead generation sounds interesting to you, you need to take a look, learn a little bit more, and there is a link in my bio.